This movie won kind of big at the Golden Globes, so I figured I'd check it out before I made my Golden Globes video. This is coming out after my Golden Globe video, but that's just because the Golden Globes are still more relevant. So they're coming. The video's coming out first. This will come out later. But I did watch it, and I have thoughts. I have lots of thoughts I'm interested in talking about, so I'm hoping I can remember all of them while I'm talking about it. But today, we're talking about The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog was released in 2021, and it was written and directed by Jane Campion. No spoilers, I guess. I guess there are kind of going to be spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, maybe don't watch this video yet, like it, and then come back later. It's on Netflix, and it's only 2 hours, so you should be able to watch it pretty quickly. The general idea is it's set in the olden times. It's a Western, kind of, and Benedict Cumberbatch is an asshole, and his brother gets married to Kirsten Dunst, and then there's a child that Kirsten Dunst kind of takes care of. It's unclear to me whether or not she's actually the mother of the child or not. I assume she is, but I assume she's probably adopting, because it doesn't make sense for her to be a child, because he doesn't actually call her mom, so I thought that was kind of weird. Maybe that's a Western thing, I don't understand it. Fine, whatever. But the thing that happens is Benedict Cumberbatch does not like the child. He hates him, actually, and the child does not like him. But Benedict Cumberbatch, eventually becomes liking to the child. He's like, I like this kid, he's kind of cool, I guess I can kind of talk to him for a while. But the kid still does not like Benedict Cumberbatch, so then he hatches his plan to kill him subtly, both subtly in terms of the movie and subtly in terms of, like, the film itself. Like, it's hard to tell what's going on a lot of the time. The second half of this film definitely picks up. The first half of this film is long and kind of uninteresting, if I'm being honest with you. There's a lot of slow things that happen in this movie that are cool, and I wish paid off a little bit more, because by the end of the film, I'm wishing it were maybe even a little longer. I just feel like we're missing some stuff. And by the end of the movie, yeah, you're able to figure out what happened between the child and Benedict Cumberbatch, but if it were more like in your face about it, and a little bit less implied, I think it would have actually been better, which is something I don't normally say about movies, because like I don't like when movies pretend that their audience is dumb. But I feel like the payoff was a lot less than it could have been, and movies, in my opinion, are all about payoff. It's like, wow, that happened, that was crazy, whoa. That's why people like MCU films so much, because like it's literally a formula. Like, and this movie, like, while I don't want it to be an MCU film, I do think it could have benefited from a little bit more of a payoff. I think that we could have maybe actually seen him poison Benedict Cumberbatch, and we just didn't, and it was kind of this implied thing. But there's also this implied thing that I picked up on that I have not read about anywhere, and that is that, you know, the son is kind of becoming Benedict Cumberbatch's character. He's becoming mean, he's becoming stale, he's becoming this bad person, and that's kind of this toxic masculinity thing kind of being passed on, where I know it's not toxic masculinity and how it's bad for other people because other people will hate you, but I think it's also about passing it on, you know? I feel like this child, if we were to see a sequel, which we're not going to get one, and I don't really want one, but if we were to get one, we could see that he grows into be a Benedict Cumberbatch-like character, even though he technically did the right thing. Well, the right thing. He technically got rid of the evil man. He will become the evil man nonetheless, just because of the toxic masculinity there. I thought that would have been pretty interesting, but maybe I'm wrong there. But the movie is very slow, like very, very slow. It feels like a 4-hour-long film. It's only 2 hours, which isn't necessarily a problem for me. I do like the pacing. I think the pacing is good because it is relatively consistent, but it did feel like kind of a waste of time by the end because of the fact that the payoff was so low. I understand this won Best Drama. I don't think it should have won. And that's my official opinion. I don't think it's necessarily the best drama I've seen this year. I don't. I think Pig was definitely better. I was actually rooting for Pig to be nominated, and it wasn't. And it got nothing. It got no nominations, and I'm very upset about it because Pig is just so good. But the movie is good. Like, I do like the film. I like it a lot. I like I like the meanings at the end. I just wish it wasn't as slow, and I wish that it wasn't. I wish the payoff was a little bigger. The acting is pretty good. Cody Smith-McPhee won for Best Supporting Actor, and I agree with that. I agree with that entirely. I think that was probably true. Benedict Cumberbatch did not win Best Actor, which is fine, because I don't think he was the Best Actor. Kirsten Dunst, I never like Kirsten Dunst. I just don't. I don't think she's a particularly fantastic actor. I don't. I think she's fine. She's solidly mediocre in my opinion. And Jesse Plemons is fine. I actually don't really have a problem with Jesse Plemons. I always think that I do, like when I'm like, oh, he's in this movie, it's probably not going to be good. And then I watch, I'm like, oh, it was actually kind of fine in this movie. And that happens with every movie, so I need to start teaching myself to like him, at least teach myself that I know that I like him, because I already know that I like him, but I don't pretend that I like him. It's strange. He was fine in the movie, though. It's a good movie. I recommend you check it out if you're interested in a slow burn Western kind of feel, which again isn't necessarily my kind of movie, but I appreciate it for what it is. And I do like it. I think the payoff was just a little lesser than I would have imagined. So I'm going to go ahead and give The Power of the Dog an A-. Have you guys seen The Power of the Dog? It's on Netflix. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about it. I recommend you check it out if you're interested in any sort of Western and slow burn kind of movies, because it's definitely what this is. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about it, because I do want to hear what you guys have to say. I know many people are probably going to be mad at me for not giving it an A+, because I don't think it's a perfect movie. I really don't. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. And if you like what you saw, definitely consider subscribing. It's a huge, huge help for me. So consider subscribing, liking the video, share it with friends, and as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.